Hello, my name is Mike Rios. I'm 31 years old. I have a beautiful wife and 2 children. I was born and raised in Temple, Texas. At the age of 16, I became heavily involved in drug usage, drinking, partying, sexual promiscuity, and at the age of 17, the girlfriend at that time in my life became pregnant, and unfortunately she had an abortion. And at that time, to be honest with you, I was quite happy about it. I didn't want to deal with responsibilities in my life. For the next few years, I continued down this path. Partying, that's what my life was all about, getting involved in all kinds of bad relationships. And in my early 20s, I decided I wanted to pursue a music career. And so for the next few years, I dedicated my life to that, forsaking everything that was truly important in my life. Even though I had family around me, even though I had things that I needed to take care of, it really didn't matter to me because I was just in pursuit of that one thing. But unfortunately, it was blinding me from what mattered the most in life. On September 13th, the year 2000, everything changed in my life. I was working at a small plant on the outside of Austin, Texas, when I was pouring these molds in what resembles to be like lava. It was 2250 degrees, bronze and phosphorus, and as we were pouring it into these molds, some of it accidentally spilt out and got into my work boot. And needless to say, it was excruciating pain. It was just agony. It was like consuming me on the inside of my foot. And it was a miracle that the whole pot didn't turn over on me and kill me instantly. But the thing was, I was transported by helicopter to downtown Austin, Texas, to the hospital where I was going to be staying at. But the thing that happened was they had been putting morphine in me all day to deal with the excruciating pain that I was going through. And I guess they lost track of me because that night, as I lay there in the hospital bed, everyone had left. And I lay there and something peculiar began to happen. I began to feel myself, my breathing was slowing down. And it came to a point when I was still, and I consciously remember stopped breathing. And I remember I tried to get up, and at that time I felt a tight clench and I wasn't able to get up. I was like I was paralyzed or something. And I can honestly say I felt death coming upon me. And just at that time, it's a miracle to me now as I look back. The one nurse that was working on the floor that night that happened to be doing vital signs happened to be by my room in those few minutes. She came in, saw me in that state, and she got me up and they resuscitated me, brought me back, and it really just rocked my world. I decided I wanted to live. I decided I didn't want to die, but the sad thing about it was I was still hooked on drugs, and for the next 2 years of my life, I continued down that downward spiral until I met a man who started to talk to me about Jesus Christ. He'd come into the place that I was working at the time, and he'd share with me the gospel. He'd talk to me about going to church. I was very mean to this guy many times, but over the course of time, we developed a friendship. And I decided to visit a church with him one night on October 30th, the year 2002. That was my night. That was the night I surrendered my life to the Lord Jesus Christ. He came into my life. He healed my marriage. He's delivered me from drug addiction and alcoholism. He set me on a straight and narrow path. He's training me how to be a godly son, a godly husband, a godly brother, and a godly father. And if he can do it for me, he can do it for you. You might be thinking, man, my sins are stacked higher than the Sears Tower in Chicago, and that might be the case. But let me tell you something, my friend. God's love surpasses that. And it only makes you a perfect candidate to receive His grace and mercy. So if something's tugging on you on the inside right now, do like I did. Say, Lord Jesus, if you're real, have mercy upon me. He'll come into your heart and He'll make you new. Peace.